Hello, Pisceans. Welcome to the Crow Tarot. We are going to be doing your first half of May general reading here. We're going to start off with some animal energy like I like to do, and then get right into the tarot. All right. What is the animal energy for Pisces for first half of May? Please and thank you. I mean, I just had a feeling. So you got the fish for my fish here. I had a feeling. I was like, I think that they're going to get their own card here. And this is actually falling very much in line with what I saw in my meditation. I'm going to make a really obscure reference, but I have to. This is how it came to me. There is a musical. It's a British musical from the 1970s, I believe, called Honk. And it's the story of the ugly duckling. And there's a song from that called Hold Your Head Up High. And I very much heard that in your meditation. The fish, it's you, right? But it's all about, the fish can really speak of a few different things. But I think the first and foremost, this is just saying that this is you. I feel like this first half of May needs to be all about you. Okay? I feel like it needs to be all about you. Which can mean, if you have been spending a lot of time on others, what other people think, what they need from you, whether it's work, relationship-wise, or what have you. It also feels this can be feeling a little unsure, right? Because fish have a tendency to just go with the way of the current, to go with the flow. A school of fish, it's kind of that collective thinking where you can just kind of get into a dynamic where you're just going along to get along without kind of stopping and go, but wait a minute, what about me? Right? But this is also fertility. Let's talk about it. This is also very much about fertility as well. But I feel like the message for you around this is the fertility that comes from putting yourself first for this first half of May. I just feel it for you guys. I feel it strongly. So let's see I love that you guys got the fish. So good. Let's see. What's going on for my Pisceans in the first half of May? Let's do it. All right. What's going on for my Pisceans? Oh, I love it so much. 3 of Cups, absolutely repping your water sign self here, right? I love it. So, the 3 of Cups, just the base case, is a cause for celebration. However, let me point something out here. This is celebration. It's also reunion, but I got to tell you something. This is also a group. See how it's 3, right? This is a group. This is friends. This is, co-workers. This is people around you, right? And this is a cause for celebration, but this is speaking of a group dynamic, and we were just talking about separating yourself, and not separating yourself from a group dynamic just from your friends and stuff like that, but really making sure, because Pisceans too, like if you're being a really good listening ear, if people are requiring a lot of your time, your effort, or you're feeling unclear about things, you're really being called to just kind of put yourself, take your own needs, right, and move them to the top of the queue, is what I'm hearing for you guys. But again, this does feel like you have a lot of good people around you who are there to support and uplift you. But I'm really hearing to prioritize yourself for the first half of May, for sure. Let's see what else is going on for my Pisceans. Exactly. So we have the 7 of Swords here. Let's really talk about this 7 of Swords situation, because this is that thief in the middle of the day where it's like, no shame at all. He's thieving right, or she's thieving right in the middle of the day, even worried about getting caught. But this can also be self-sabotage. This is something that people do around and to us, or it could be something that we very much do to ourselves. Right? It feels like there's a lack of clarity going on here about your next best steps or how to spend more time doing what you love to do as opposed to what you have to do to pay your bills or please others or whatever have you. Okay? Feels like these are 2 very different energies. Can I just point that out? Because you have 3 Cups here, which is a celebration, a collective mindset, reunion, but really, coming from a place of like collective thought. And then you have the 7 of Swords, which is like really mining out who's in your energy that may not be for your highest good or distracting you from what you need to do for you. Oh, weird. I swear I've never noticed this before. They just pointed this out. Can you see that? Okay. Crow 1, Crow 2, Crow 3. There are 3 crows on this card and 3 crows on this card. But it doesn't feel like three's company too. Like, it doesn't feel like that. It really feels like you're really being called to put the focus back on you and maybe just like simplify your space. Simplify your space. Simplify your surroundings, your external influences is what I'm hearing. It feels like there are too many cooks in the kitchen. That's what it is. It feels like there are too many cooks in the kitchen, Piscean. It does. Let's get another one. Let's see what's going on. Okay, you got the moon card. This represents Pisces. You know that this is your card, right? The moon, Piscean energy, and then you got the fish. Is this for you or is this for you, darlings? I love this. You know what this is also? This also represents feminine energy, la luna, right? The moon is feminine and the sun, el sol, is masculine, right? Ooh. Interesting. Okay. It feels like the universe is in the process of culling or cutting away, holler, influences, circumstances, people that are of an old energy that you no longer need around you. It feels like I'm talking to a group of y'all that you're watching this and you've been coming from a place of just feeling just a little unsure. You're going along to get along. I think a lot of you actually know what you really want to do, whether it's like a dream job, dream career, dream person, whatever have you. But I feel like right now you're being called to make yourself your own dream lover. So weird, but I just heard that. You know, Mariah Carey, that stuff. Make yourself your own dream lover, because I'm telling you, it feels like newness wants to enter here, and that to allow that, you've got to unabashedly and without fear embrace the unknown, which is what the moon is all about for me, embracing the unknown. And how wonderful that you're aligned with this key, right? Embracing the unknown. Now, we can take this moon energy, and it can either be constructive or not. Because let's look at the kind of the out of alignment version of the moon. In alignment is embracing the unknown and trusting that's a part of your path, and everything is going to happen for the highest and best good of all involved and in divine timing. That is the moon in alignment. Can you have a good time getting to where you're going? Can you live with not having all the answers? Can you have a good time getting to where you're going? That's what the moon is in alignment. That's what Pisceans are in alignment, right? If you want to take it to that level. Out of alignment, this is fear of the unknown. This is being stuck and frozen in a place of fear. Just I'm afraid to just go really make a forward movement in any way where I branch out on my own, because there's a risk involved. I may disappoint or befuddle people around me. There might be family members or whoever have you that are going, you know what, stay where you are. It's a safe bet. Safe bet is an illusion, by the way. It's a huge myth. There's no such thing. Really asking to be your own school of fish. There's really this energy of like, if you're in a place where you're asking a lot of people for their opinion or other people's thoughts or directives around what you should and should not be doing or coming into play here for you, I'm really hearing in a big way to go solo right now. Be your own school of fish is what I'm hearing. There's important information in you doing that. Seriously. Sometimes it's really helpful to be a part of a collective and find your support in that way. I'm really hearing it's time to just like be on your own, because I'm also hearing that for some of you, there are people in your direct environment, whether they're coworkers, family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, where something is rotten in the state of Denmark. They may not have your best interest in mind, and I don't want to say that in a way that's like, it's more that it feels like it's someone who is a pony in the race, who really actually cares and has an invested outcome in where you go from here. That's not an energy when you're going through this and you're making directives towards where you want to be as opposed to where you are. That's something that you're really being called to connect with your guides, your higher power, whatever that is, because the people around you, they're somewhere else. They're different. They're in a different place than where you are. So how can they really, like, they can sympathize, but they can't empathize, okay? Let's get a clarifier for this Three of Cups here. Okay, the Magician. Absolutely. Okay. I just got shivers because I'm completely obsessed with this. The Magician is a solo energy. Number 1. Okay, I just want to say, because we could look at this Three of Cups and just go, yeah, spend time with your friends and family and turn to them for, that's not what I was feeling from this. That's not what I'm feeling. No, this is a time to be solo. Really take your own destiny in your own hands and use the tools at your disposal that you already have to manifest the life that you dream of. As above, so below, the Magician says. Right? This is a time to be solo, my lovely Pisceans. You will always have friends and family there to help and support you, but right now it feels like there are too many cooks in this kitchen. Okay? Few too many cooks in the kitchen. Let's get a clarifier for this Seven of Swords here, the shady little Seven of Swords. Queen of Wands. This is also why I'm really obsessed with this. Listen, do you see how this Queen of Wands, it's obviously personified by this beautiful snake here. I'm not sure what kind. Anyway. By the snake here, do you see how she's like guarding her eggs and her bounty and all of this goodness, right? Queen of Wands speaks of a very happy and balanced home life, right? But it's a kingdom with which she built herself and she enjoys it from that place where, listen, I was just saying this in another reading, like, the Queen of Wands is a kind of energy where no matter what time of day it is, what time of year, what hour, whatever, you go, you drop in at her house and she's always going to have the hors d'oeuvres ready. She's always going to have the coffee brewed, the wine poured, the scented candles going, and soft, music playing in the background. That's the Queen of Wands energy. It's like you got it really, really good in that home life, right? But guess what? The Queen of Wands is also super happy being independent, alone, and, well, actually single. For me, this is what the Queen of Wands is. She would rather be alone than be around people who were not vibrationally aligned with her. And this Seven of Swords could have a direct impact on your home life. It could be people that you live with. It could be, something related here to your home life or what you hold most sacred. And again, do you see how she's keeping these eggs to herself? Right? By the way, they're telling me the Queen of Wands doesn't get on her phone and ask a bunch of people to come over on Friday night. She just trusts that whoever she's supposed to chill with will show up at her doorstep. That's what the Queen of Wands is for me, which is also why I'm so freaking obsessed with her. I relate more than any other queen to the Queen of Wands in this way. The Queen of Wands, let me tell you about the Queen of Wands. I feel like this is pertinent for y'all because I feel like you're being called to be the Queen of Wands. Okay? I feel like you are more, if we had to equate you to like a queen, I would say that you feel like you're more of a Queen of Cups, which you're Pisces, your water sign, that makes sense. Right? But it's that fluid, motion in the ocean. Like, I don't know. Let me get this opinion. Let me just wait to make that decision. I'm not sure. I feel really deeply, but I don't know. There's a lot going on. The Queen of Wands enjoys no one's company more than her own. Let me say that again for the seats in the back. The Queen of Wands enjoys no one's company more than she enjoys her own. I feel like that's what you're being called to do right now because you have some people around you. You may, this may be just for a few of you what I'm about to say, but if you are in a place where you really don't like being alone or you prefer to just have someone around you or something going on around you, I would really ask yourself, like, what are you avoiding? Because there is a wealth of information to be mined here, but you need to be alone to do it. You need to be free of the thoughts, opinions, and beliefs of others, even though they're coming at you from a place of love. Although I had to say, I think you could be getting some advice that's in their best interest and not in yours. With this Seven of Swords energy here. And again, I don't think they're consciously trying to Seven of Swords you. I just think that you're being tested right now to really put your own advice, first at the forefront. Be that Queen of Wands. Don't go seeking anything out. Let it come to you, right? And as you let it come to you, be productive during that time on your own as a solo energy. Let's get a clarifier for this moon here. Clarifier for the moon card here for my beautiful Pisceans. Okay, I'm so, okay. I'm having deja vu, actually. Where do we go first? Okay, so we have the World card here, and I love it when a major arcana clarifies a major arcana, because it's like that strong period at the end of a sentence. You know, this is the completion of a cycle. This is graduation day. This is all the feel-goods. I feel like you are being called to go into yourself, go into meditation, or just go into quiet time. You're creating, coloring in a coloring book, painting, reading, creative writing, whatever that is for you, where you're in that vortex energy on your own. So you can clear out some of these, it feels like thoughts, beliefs, patterns that you may just are being called to like no longer be in your energy anymore. Ways that you have done things in the past. Suddenly you're like, oh my God, that's kept me a little bit stuck. I really have been listening to other people more than myself, for an example. And it feels like you're being called in that cycle. Why? Why? And I love that this came out because I normally don't get to it one time, but the Knight of Cups wanted to come out, and I'm so obsessed with this because remember the musical that I was talking about at the top, Honk, and it's a story of the ugly duckling, and the ugly duckling turns into a what? A swan. A swan. And I remember thinking, when I came out of your meditation, like if this Knight of Cups with that swan on it comes up, I'm gonna gag. And it did, and I am, and I'm gagging. And I absolutely love it because listen. This old stuff, you are being called to put yourself first, prioritize yourself, be on your own, right? Spend some good alone time, good alone time, right? Where you are able to discern, if you, listen. You're psychic. I think you know that. You're Pisces. Of course you're psychic. You're aligned with the moon card. Okay, you're very psychic. And I feel like you will feel very inherently these points of resistance within yourself, resistance to change, for example, and you will really tap into that and feel that really inherently once you are alone. But for a period of time, not just for an evening, darling. This is going to take a little time. And the reason that you're being called to do this is because new love wants to come in, y'all. That's what it is. And I felt this too, because Honk is also a love story. Thank you for being patient around my many obscure musical references. But I'm telling you, new love wants to come in. I gotta tell you, this is twofold. On one hand, I feel like this is speaking of a romantic love that wants to come to you, but will have no room within the company of which you are keeping, or some of these old patterns and belief systems, maybe things from the past that you have not quite healed yet, that need to be healed before this new person can come in. Then on the other hand, this also feels like a dream job, dream career, passion project, passion path of passion. Path of passion. Say that 10 times fast. Path of passion. That's what this feels like. But it feels like you're being called to just get with yourself and release what is no longer working for you. You may need to take a real hard look at those that you're spending time with. For real. And I'm not saying that they're consciously trying to work against you, but sometimes we outgrow people. Sometimes we need to move away from the school of fish that we're in and onto another one and be with our own until the next school comes along, honey. That's what it is. I'm telling you. The Knight of Cups is about love in general. It's a love offer. So once you get to the root of what is and is no longer working for you, once you clean house with some of the energies that are surrounding you, and again, a lot of this could have to do with you, okay, as well as your given circumstances and your environmental factors here. This is love coming in here, whether this is you loving what you do or a person or both. Okay? Let's get an oracle for you guys. My lovely Pisceans. Y'all got the fish and the moon. I'm like so obsessed with that. Also, if you feel like it, you can look up that song on iTunes. It's called Hold Your Head Up High from Honk. Okay. Hold on. They're telling me something. Oh, I just got shivers. There was another song in that musical called Now I've Seen You, and it has to do with swans, and Now I've Seen You. This is definitely romantic for some of you. Whew, I just got shivers. Okay. Let's get an oracle for my beautiful Pisceans. Okay, y'all, come on now. Iceberg, submerged. This is literally the personification of everything that we've been talking about. With going within to see what you maybe have been sitting on or not seeing clearly about things, patterns, old belief systems that need to shift. This is also about cleaning out that closet of yours, metaphorically speaking. Could be literal too, actually. But it really feels like you are being called to look at what you're not looking at within and around you. Really get into it. Look at what's underneath the surface here. Therein lies the gold. Therein lies the clarity. It's going to come from work that you do on your own with the help of your team, whoever that is for you. This is not a collective reward. This is something you do, with and for yourself. If you have a resistance to that, if you have a resistance to the mere thought of that, that's really good information for you to have. Okay? There are going to be a lot of opportunities in life where teamwork is needed and encouraged. But right now, you got to be your own team, be your own school of fish, and do the do. Okay, my lovely Pisceans? Whoa. Remember, love is right here coming to you, okay? Yes. I so hope that this was of help and resonated with you. If it wasn't, it did. Please let me know in the comments below. Y'all know I love that stuff. And just thank you so much for being here, my beautiful Pisceans. And thank you for watching. And really just thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.